Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hello and welcome, my friends. Hello, hello. I am DSP. Welcome to my first of two gameplay streams for today, which is Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. Ready for a full day of fun gameplay streaming for you today. We've got some good variety on the streams today for sure. First of all, my very first stream today, we are going to be continuing on with the very fun campaign of Gears of War 5, which we are about 8 hours into at this point, and we are near the end of Act 2. From what I'm going to understand, the campaign has 4 acts, and Act 2 was the open world act where you were able to wander around this big open frozen lake slash river and do a bunch of side questing while also finishing up or doing story missions, which is unique and a first for the Gears franchise. It was a ton of fun, and today we're going to be doing a big epic story mission under the frozen lake, and I believe that's the final thing in Act 2. Then you head into Act 3 and 4. We'll see how far we get today, but so far so good. I think the campaign is getting better the more I play it, which is good. So I hope you guys are excited for more today. Okay. Then later tonight, Street Fighter throwback session where I go back to my roots as a former competitive fighting game player and do some Street Fighter 3 Third Strike as well as Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo gameplay. Excited for that tonight, although I hope we can find matches. Sometimes it's very hit or miss if we can find anyone to play in that game. But it should be fun regardless. We have a good time with that, right? Tomorrow, I'll be playing Control. All right, and we are nearing the end of the game from what people have been telling me. I did a lot of side content the last time that I played the game, but apparently we're getting very near the end of the game, being that I have the level 6 key card now, the final level key card. So we're going to be, moving along with that tomorrow and seeing if we can finish it. We might, okay? And then tomorrow night, I think I'm going to play Black Ops 4 Blackout. Only reason being, I know some people were like, well, what about Dragon Quest Builders 2 or another chill stream? Blackout's almost done, okay? Like, if you actually look at the amount of time that we have to play it before Modern Warfare comes out, it's not a lot of time. In fact, I think if you count this week, okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, like maybe 6 more sessions tops if I play it every week before Modern Warfare is officially released. Okay? So I'm thinking let's do our Blackout Battle Royale session Wednesday night, since it is the final countdown for Blackout, one of the final sessions, and we'll try to have fun with it, okay? I'm off on Thursday. On Friday, it's completely up in the air. I don't even know what I'm doing on Friday. In fact, it's kind of a weird situation, so allow me to explain. A few things are happening this week. First of all, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta is supposed to launch on Thursday. Now, Thursday's my day off, so I'm not going to be here on Thursday. But if the beta does actually launch on Thursday, then obviously I would like to play that on Friday, right? I would like to jump into the beta, see what Modern Warfare is going to be like this year with this big reboot and everything. And apparently they're going back to their roots and changing the franchise up. And this would be my first opportunity to see what they've done with these changes, right? So I'm excited for that. I hopefully they did a good job with it, but who knows, right? That's what I want to find out. At the same time, Borderlands 3 is releasing this Friday, okay? Obviously one of the bigger, higher profile releases of the year, AAA release. Problem being, and I've been talking about this all week, I'm really not in any position to be spending any money right now. My bank account is still overdrawn, mostly because a few more payments that I needed to pay have cleared, but I didn't have funds in there, so because of insufficient funds, it overdrew it even more. And so, we're in a point where I have no money to spend. So I can't buy Borderlands 3. I just can't, okay? So I'm in a situation that if I'm going to play that, someone would have to gift me PlayStation Network credit to get it, or if enough tips came in between today and tomorrow to get my bank account out of the red and into the black, then maybe, and if it was enough in the black that I could afford the game, I could get it. But right now, it's just not looking good. Okay? So the way I see it is, if things go well this week, then maybe what I'll do is play Borderlands 3 as the main gameplay stream on Friday, and the night stream would be the the Modern Warfare beta. Okay? And then maybe over the weekend I would balance it. I would do a little bit of Borderlands, a little bit of Gears, and balance those two along with some of the Modern Warfare beta, at night for variety, right? I think that would be a good idea. But if I can't play Gears, I keep saying Gears. I got Gears on the brain, obviously. I want to play Gears today. If I can't play Borderlands 3, I guess that's okay. Because there's tons of other stuff to do. As you saw, guys, yesterday, I didn't finish Grand Theft Auto 4. I've got probably one more major session of GTA 4 left to finish up the game. So we'll see what happens with that. If I definitely have another stream of that, coming up for sure. In addition to that, there's Control, which we don't know if I'm going to beat tomorrow, right? In addition to that, if this week I happen to have extra time, which I don't know if I'm going to, but if I happen to have some extra time at some point during this week, there a bunch of Super NES games were actually released on the Switch for free for anyone who is a subscriber to their online service, which I am. So I could always, for a day, maybe just jump in there and check it out and see what's going on with that just to kill some time one day, right? So that's kind of the rough idea of what I'm thinking for the week is if I can get Borderlands 3, great. We'll get it. We'll play it. Borderlands 3 will be balanced with Gears of War 5's campaign and then the Modern Warfare beta at night. And then we'll have some chill streaming at night and stuff like that. Okay? But if I can't get Borderlands 3, that's fine. I could still play GTA 4. I could finish Control if I haven't finished it yet. We could do other stuff during the week to balance things out. All right? So it's not like a huge loss if I can't play Borderlands 3 or anything like that. All right? Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. Now, there's a few elephants in the room that I'd like to address. First of all, Dragon Quest Builders 2. I love the game. I'm not dropping the game. The game's just on hiatus because there's been so many new releases recently. We all knew that a game like that wasn't going to be a mainstream featured game while I was playing other high-profile releases, okay? The other thing is I've been doing other chill night streams. For example, Black Ops 4 Blackout is in its last hurrah state where we know we're not going to be playing that for much longer. So I've been giving it kind of priorities to kind of give it, say, a goodbye to it. You know what I mean? So because of that, I haven't played Dragon Quest Builders 2 in a while. But don't worry, that playthrough is not abandoned. I am going to get back to it. That is a really good game for chill streaming, I feel. And it is going to return at some point. Okay, so don't worry about it. Even though it's on hiatus now because of all new releases, it's coming back. It is coming back at some point. Okay, guys? The other thing is there's a game this week coming out called Greedfall. It came out today, I guess. It's from the same game developers that made the game Bound by Flame many years ago. It's a playthrough that I was playing, and I thought the game was okay, but not great. But my viewing audience told me the game was incredibly boring, not unique, and to stop playing it. So I did, and I never really played anything else from that game developer ever again. And now here we are years and years later, they come out with a new game, and everyone's like, are you playing Greedfall? You should play Greedfall. I'm like, but you guys didn't like the last game that they put out, you know? And this one, from everything I've seen, Greedfall probably won't be anywhere near as good as Bound by Flame was because it's set in, isn't it like a realistic, almost like pirate-like world or something? So that versus a fantasy world, which is what Bound by Flame was set in, I don't even think it's going to be as interesting. Jessica Tim in Stream Chat just said, Greedfall's out on PC, looks crappy, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. But the thing is, like, it never really, during all the news of it being developed and everything, it never really appealed to me. So I wasn't really, like, planning on playing it anyway. It wasn't really on my radar. And being that I can't afford a game this week anyway, I guess I'm definitely not playing it. You know, like, it would be one thing if, I have money to buy games right now. I don't. So, it looks to me like it's going to be a skip. All right, guys? Unless by some amazing realization, you know, within the next week or two, people play this game and say, oh my god, this is like the best game of the year. Phil's got to play it. Then I'll consider it. But outside of that, I think it's a skip. Okay? All right, guys? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. Excuse me. Alrighty. So there you go. Now, a few other quick things to mention before we move into the next segment of the pre-stream. Please continue to nominate your favorite moments of my 11-year history as a content creator over on my website, thekingofhate.com. The thread is open right now in the general section of the forums for you to nominate your favorite moments, and it could be anything. It could be a video game playthrough. It could be a vlog. It could be a trip that I went on and I filmed. It could be a game review. It could be an ongoing series that I did, like DSP Tries It or Cooking with the King or anything like that, all right? Any of your favorite moments of my 11 years as a content creator are, they're eligible. Please nominate them. The more nominations that we get for this event, the better. Because I'm going to be going through them, and we're going to be watching them back in a very special retrospective marathon by the end of this month. It's coming up, near the end of the month. And I'm excited for that, okay? The more nominations we get, the better. The other thing is I will personally be watching some of my favorite playthroughs from over the years that I've handpicked to be things for us to watch during this event. I'm very excited for that because there are some playthroughs that I feel were some of the better ones that are entertaining to watch, whether it's just my solo commentary or co-op that I did with people in the past. It's good stuff. So we're going to be doing that as well. It's going to be a pretty fun event coming up this month, okay? Now, in addition to that, the Halloween Horror Marathon is happening this year. We hit the sub goals this month already, so that's great news, and I'm excited for that coming up. Now, don't worry, you didn't miss out on any of the events of nominating or voting or anything for that. Those are coming later this month. Once we get stuff, kind of settled in and set for the retrospective event, then we're going to start working on the Halloween event. And you're going to have the ability to nominate and then vote. All right? Nominate and then vote on the games that I'm going to be playing during the Halloween event. Plus, you're going to be able to vote on the category of costume that I'm going to be wearing during the Halloween event. So, dual things you're going to be able to be voting on. Pretty cool, right? In addition, for the month of October, I'm going to be decorating my office for Halloween like I've done the past 2 years. You guys have really liked that. So more of that this year as well. All right, so all that stuff's coming up. Exciting stuff that I hope you guys are excited for. Just a few reminders before we head into the gratuitous plug segment. This is September month here on Twitch. That means that for the next 2 weeks or so, if you have not been subscribed to my channel currently, and you subscribe to the channel, it's only half price. That's a special promotional event that they're doing here on Twitch. Half price subs for those who were ongoing subs. That's number one. Number two, if you're thinking of cheering today on Twitch, it doesn't have to be on my channel, on anybody's channel. If you use the Subway cheer mode, you will give 10% bonus bits for absolutely free. And from what I'm to understand, this has been running for about a week, and they've only gotten about, I think they said, only like a fifth through the bits. Like, I guess they were gifting like 25 million bits, and they've only done like 5 million so far. So there's tons of extra bits to go around if you use the Subway cheer mode, okay? Please use it. If not in my channel, other channels as well. I'm sure any content creator is going to be incredibly appreciative for some bonus bits this month, okay? Let's see. Anything else to cover before we move on to the next segment? I'm just trying to think. Is there anything... Anything I missed? Anything that has a hammer? No, I don't think so. I think we covered everything. All right. So my ear's itching. Hold on. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's now move on to the second segment of my pre-stream, the gratuitous. Oh, someone just asked about the Genesis Mini. Yeah, the Genesis Mini is happening. It's happening next week. The Genesis Mini, I believe, releases on the 19th. So the end of next week, I should be getting it. And when I get it, I'll be unboxing it. I'll be doing a live stream of the unboxing as well as me hooking it up to my setup. We're going to boot it up for the first time together. I'll be talking about how the controller feels, menus and the like, however the thing works. And we're going to be playing some games together that whole week. I'll be playing some Genesis Mini games, balancing on with other ongoing playthroughs and stuff. So the Genesis Mini should be pretty exciting. Keep in mind that right after the Genesis Mini arrives, Zelda Link's Awakening is coming out, and I'll be playing that as well. So it's going to be a balance between new game content and the Genesis Mini coverage as well, which would be pretty neat, okay? All right, guys. So, that being said, thank you for 11 awesome years where I've been able to, on a daily basis, share my gameplay experiences with you. I love doing what I do for a living. I absolutely love the live streaming that I do now. It's, in my opinion, the best I've ever done. It's much better than the stuff I used to do just for YouTube, where it was just kind of isolated gameplay with commentary that a lot of the times I was trying to force. Now I can be a lot more natural. I can be myself. I could just hang out and interact with you guys and have fun on a daily basis and really enjoy games at face value. Which is really one of the things that you guys have always liked about me, is that I'm an honest guy. When I play games, I'm very honest about my experience with them, and upfront, and I don't sugarcoat anything, and that's kind of, who I am. It's who I've been for 11 years, and for 11 years being able to do that, it's been absolutely crazy outstanding, and thank you for that. That being said, I rely on crowdfunding. You guys contributing during the streams in order to keep stuff going. If it wasn't for you guys and your support, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be able to put out 6 full days of streaming a week. 6 full days of streaming a week. I wouldn't be able to upload the videos to YouTube as archives. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without your support. Okay, guys? So thank you to those who are supportive and to those who contribute during the streams. That being said, please understand that contributions are not mandatory. I'm happy enough to just have people come by, hang out with me, and have a good time on stream. The fact that after 11 years people still care about my opinions on games and want to hang out with me on a daily basis is a pretty amazing thing, and I'm very, obviously I'm happy with that. I love my job, all right? But, you don't have to contribute if you can't. Understand that. Don't be pressured to. Don't feel like you're not, your attendance is not appreciated. It is. I just like people coming and hanging out with me and enjoying games, because ultimately that's what it's all about. I'm a gamer first, and I remember I did this for 2.5 years before I ever made a penny doing it, because I love gaming and I love games, and I wanted to share those experiences before I even cared about ever making money doing it. Right? I was actually forced into doing this as a job I never actually wanted to. So, all right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways that you can contribute during live streams to help out. I'll mention a bunch of them now. I got a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks, ways for me to give back to you for your contributions. Please give it a look. Thank you to anyone who's a current pledgee. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, mostly t-shirts, but a lot of other things as well. In fact, today I'm wearing one of my Teespring shirts. This is the I'm Pressing Button shirt, which has been available for over 2 years on the Teespring store. This is the shirt I bought when they first released, and as you can see, the shirt's fine. It's never worn out. This is what I mean about the Teespring stuff that I sell. It's really good quality. It never wears out or anything like other shirts that you'll get. I've worn this shirt probably dozens and dozens of times on stream, and it's never even worn. They're really high quality stuff. All right, so give that a look. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Anything you buy from my Teespring helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. If you're here live on the stream, it's a no-brainer that you're probably going to want to contribute in a way that's going to get you some interaction and some recognition on the stream, right? So if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to my channel, or you tip me during today's stream, I'm going to give you a verbal shout-out. Thank you for that, okay? And, I have to follow certain criteria when I do so. So please understand, I can't just say and do anything that I would like to do on a stream. The first thing is that I have to abide by all of Twitch's terms of service. All right, I have to do what they say, their rules, within their guidelines. Number 2, I try to maintain a certain chill vibe around my streams. I want to have it so that when you come by my stream, you feel like this is a cool, relaxing, fun place to be. You can have some fun interactions with people in stream chat. You can interact with me a little bit on the stream, right? We can have a good time. You're here to escape the drama and nonsense of your real life. You're here to come have fun, watch me react honestly to a game, and just have a good time, right? You don't want to be inundated with drama and toxicity and insults and all kinds of nasty negative shit, right? So there's a reason why we have certain rules in effect. For example, we don't generally talk about politics or religion. If we do that, people seem to get into really big arguments, and it's just not a very positive time, okay? I'm not saying we never talk about those topics, but especially if they're on topic for a game, then we will, but mostly we try to avoid them. In addition, we don't bring up negative shit. I mean, for example, we don't insult others. We don't insult each other. We're not going to bring up people who do nasty things to me, or are stealing my content, or otherwise are insulting me or committing crimes against me on a daily basis. There's no point in bringing that stuff up, because it just derails the stream. We don't care about the negativity outside the stream. We just care about the positivity going on inside the stream, right? So, please don't bring that stuff up. All right? It's not allowed. In general, understand that I am not obligated to respond to anything that actually happens on my stream. Even though someone might contribute in some way, I don't have to respond to it. Keep in mind, there's going to be some people who try to contribute just to get a rise out of me. Let's get Phil to say this thing that'll get him in trouble. Let's get Phil to start talking about a controversial topic to derail the stream, right? In general, I try to curtail all that stuff. All right, every once in a while, maybe I'll go off on a tangent, but we want to have a good time. We don't want this to become, you know, a situation where it's all about blah, 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 complaining or negativity and stuff like that constantly, right? We want to have a good time on stream. So that's why we have all the rules in effect that are in effect, okay? As you can see at the top of your screens, there's a stream stats leaderboard. So top tipper and top cheerer of the day will actually get recognition for being the top contributor of the day. We also have a cheering leaderboard that reset over the weekend. So now you have a pretty good chance, if you cheer today, to getting into the top 10 cheerers of the week, because the totals there are still relatively low. That is integrated right into Twitch, that everyone can see, you know, the top cheerers of the week there, okay? Now, we also have a tips goal on the stream. And you might say, well, what does that mean? Why is there a tips goal? And what's going on with Phil? Well, quite frankly, everyone, right now, I'm in a very, 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 very bad financial position, to the point where I have no money. I've already talked about this on pre-stream. I can't even afford to buy the new releases this week because of my situation. All right? It sucks. I hate it. But that's just my reality right now. So that being said, the best way for you to contribute today and help me out would be by tipping me. If you tip me today on today's stream, those are funds that are going to go straight to my bank account to either get my bank account back into the black, to clear bills, to get me through this tough financial time until I finally get paid by Twitch, which is going to happen at a minimum in another 5 days, but it may happen a little later depending on how long it takes for the money to clear. So every day that goes by is another bill that I can't pay, right? Sucks. But that's the reality of my life. It's, it is what it is. So, yes, if you can tip me, please do. That's the best way that you can help me. There's two ways you can tip me. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. Either way, you'll go to a link to my PayPal tips page. A couple things about tipping me. Number one, you do not need a PayPal account to tip me. You can just use a debit or credit card. There's a button to do so right there on the PayPal tips page. You know, it's a misconception. You have to do a big registration process to tip someone. You don't. The second is, you don't have to worry about your identity getting out there. If you're worried about contributing to a streamer and having negative repercussions like a troll coming after you or whatever, you don't have to use your real name. You can make up a name. You can be anonymous. Whatever you want to do. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, guys? So thanks to anyone who's even considering contributing in any way. I don't look a gift horse in the mouth if you cheer or sub or do anything else outside of tipping. It all helps too, but understand that tipping helps me more right now. Okay? Now, in addition to all of that, another way that you can help is by buying some credits for my Amazon wish list. All right? If you buy me some credits, in particular PlayStation Network credits right now, that would help me to afford the new games coming up. All right? And like I said, Borderlands right now, it's a no-go unless I find a way to afford it, which right now I can't. So, take a look at my wish list. How do you do that? Well, you can type !wish list into the stream chat, or you could look below the stream. There's a button for the wish list there as well. And the way it works is there's a bunch of credits listed there that you can purchase. In particular, yes, Borderlands 3 I would play on PlayStation since I have a PS4 Pro, so PlayStation Network credits would be the ones you would want to look to get. All right. And if you get those for me, first of all, thank you. But please, you have to email that to me, because the way it works is you'll buy it, and Amazon will send you the codes via your email, and they'll just sit there in your email box. I won't get them. So you need to email them to me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, if you happen to get one of those. Okay? Fair enough. I think I've now talked enough about contributions. I think we're all tired of it, right? I'm tired of it. I want to move on. So let's move on to the third and the final segment of the pre-stream, which is one of my favorites, the part where we get interactive and the part where I give you guys credit and recognition for contributions. It's called the shout-out segment. All right? So let's move on to the shout-out segment immediately. Let's get right into the shout-outs. All right. So, oops, I misclicked. So, overnight, we had a couple people who subscribed. We had Taurus Virus, who subscribed to the channel for 3 months and said, good stream. He was basically thanking me for last night's Gears 5 multiplayer stream. And I agree. That was a fun stream. I tried out several modes. I tried out escape mode, which honestly was not very good. This is the new mode they added for Gears 5, and it's very boring. Then I tried horde mode, and horde mode was fun. Horde mode is always fun. Co-oping with a bunch of people to try to survive waves and waves of enemies. It's pretty fun. I had fun with that. And then I did a little bit of arcade multiplayer and had a good match where I got some fun kills. It was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So, yeah, that was a good stream. And thank you, Taurus Virus, for the ongoing support via subbing. I appreciate that. Then Playboy Charty subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Playboy Charty, for the sub. Golden Colts did a 100-bit cheer as well overnight. Thank you, Golden Colts, for the 100-bit cheer overnight. I appreciate that. All right, so now, my friends, let's move on to those who contributed during today's live stream. We start off with The Last Rambo, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, an interesting indie title is out now. It's called Blasphemous, costing about $20. It is like Dark Souls, but with retro graphics and 2D gameplay. So, never heard of it. 2D gameplay, Dark Souls, sounds to me like that other game that I played during an Indies marathon years ago, where it was like platforming, but also combat. Very easy to die. Essentially, that game was it was fun to play, but I don't think it was very fun to watch. At least that's what my viewing audience told me. They were like, yeah, we can understand why this might be fun to play because it's challenging, but it's pretty much dry as dirt to try to watch someone play this. So, if that's the case, I doubt I'd be interested in Blasphemous, especially if it's that kind of game. I don't know. I've seen nothing of it, but again, at this point, not really considering any new games to be thrown into the mix, considering I can't even afford the big ones that are coming out. So, there you have it, okay? But Last Rambo was the first cheer of the day. Let's get him up on the leaderboard here. 341. Last Rambo, 341. Thank you for the first cheer of the day. Very nice of you. Okay. Super Batcat resubscribed to the channel at tier 2 for 31 months. And he said, DSP still going strong. First of all, thank you for the resub. And in particular, thank you for the tier 2 resub, which helps me out more than the tier 1. And good to see it. Super Batcat, hope you're doing well as well. Excuse me. Okay. Thank you for the 31 months of support as well, Super Batcat. I appreciate that. Nobert87 resubscribed for 24 months. That's 2 years of support. That means, Nobert, as of today, you have earned yourself the Regal Crown chat badge. It's a very nice crown. Not many people have it. It's pretty neat. Congratulations and welcome to the group. He says, thanks for the years of entertainment. Here's to many more. Thank you, Nolbert, for the 2 years of support as a sub, and of course your support as a viewer as well. Thank you very, 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 very much. Okay. Okay. Der Deutschund just tipped me $30. All right. Thank you very much, Der Deutschund. That is a very generous tip right there, and that's gonna get things going very nicely today. And he says, Ich lieben dich, mein Freund, which means, or it's actually mein Freund, which means, I love you, my friend. Well, thank you very much to Der Deutschund for the $30 tip. Let me go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard here. Der Deutschund. There we go. Thank you very much for the support. All right, this next one is kind of funny. I'm going to read this one out only because I think this is kind of funny. All right. Toxic Toilet Juice. Good start. Did a 50-bit cheer and asks the following. Get ready. I don't mean to insult. Now, you know when they start with I don't mean to insult, it immediately means there's an insult coming right after, right? Like, you know that. Or else why would they say I don't mean to insult? All right. I don't mean to insult, but I'm a bit suspicious of the fact that you suddenly stopped house tours after having tax issues. Are you buying things around the house that you don't want us to see? I mean, you had Jasper and you never told us. What else do you have around? First of all, that's actually not what happened. I stopped doing house tours in 2017, essentially, when my life changed. When I decided actively in 2017 that sharing personal things about my life that had nothing to do with my streaming was hurting me detrimentally in a massive way. And this is coming from someone who since 2008 had been making videos, and since I think it was like 2000, I want to say it was 2009 when I made the reveal video of what I looked like and everything. And I was, on a daily basis, I was basically sharing everything with you guys about what I was up to. Any new additions and things that I had to my condo when I lived in the condo in Connecticut, and then to the house here. I was taking pictures of various things and stuff. It was basically a situation where I was very transparent about everything going on in my life. You guys were aware of everything that was going on in my life because I shared it all with you, right? And that was fun until sadly people decided that I was like the biggest villain of the internet, and they were now going to use every little thing in my videos to try to hurt me. So I'll just give you one example. All right, a single example to give you some perspective for those of you who may not be aware of how this has happened. Okay. So, around the year 2015, 2016, around that time is when basically YouTube fell apart at the seams, and my YouTube channel lost a lot of its notoriety and popularity for various reasons, mostly false copyright strikes, but many other reasons as well. And my income dipped significantly, and it was during those years that I was trying to lean on Patreon a lot. I was trying to, urge people to contribute to your various means so I could stay a full-time YouTuber, okay? Well, as this was happening, all right, people would basically watch when I did videos and vlogs in my home and use these against me. So I'm not even kidding you, during an episode of DSP Tries It, okay, someone in the background of one of my videos noticed that I had a coffee maker in the background, and it was one of the automatic Keurig coffee makers. They took the picture of the coffee maker and went online to try to figure out the model of the coffee maker that it was. They found someone selling this coffee maker on Amazon, I'm not even kidding you, for like $400 or $500, and then proceeded to basically try to share that as factual information and say Phil has a $500 coffee maker in his kitchen, and he's trying to ask you guys for money. He's a scam artist. How dare you? Now, just think how insane this is, all right? Now, the truth of the matter is, and here's how silly this situation is, I had that coffee maker for years, okay? That was a coffee maker that I had when I lived in Connecticut. And the reason that coffee maker was so expensive on Amazon was because it was outdated by like 3-4 years, but apparently it was a model that a lot of people liked. So those who had kept it in stock basically could sell it at a really exorbitant price because you couldn't buy it in stores anymore. So what this idiot was seeing on Amazon was an insanely overinflated price for this coffee maker because it was an outdated model that people really liked and you couldn't buy anymore. It was out of manufacturing. So saying, oh, Phil has a $500 coffee maker, a completely ridiculous thing to say, because it's not the case at all. When I bought that coffee maker years ago, by the way, I bought that coffee maker during my height of the days of YouTube when I was making ridiculous money on YouTube, and I could afford to buy an expensive coffee maker if I wanted back then. But regardless of that fact, it was never $500. I think if I actually rethink way back, it might have been like maybe between $100 and $200 because I got it on sale. And I wanted a nice coffee maker because I felt that having fresh coffee when I was doing my YouTube videos. This is back when around the time when I was just starting with direct capture and everything. So you're talking a time when I wanted to have like caffeine with me constantly when I was recording and stuff. You see, it's just really ridiculous. CTE 900 just said, I just checked Amazon. My discontinued keyboard is worth over $350 now. What a great way to value items. But do you guys see the point I'm making? Is that this is what happened when I was sharing everything with everyone. These really messed up people would take little things from the videos that I would do of vlogging in my house and somehow find a way to screw with me. Let me give you one more example without any specifics. Someone saw something laying around in a video that should not have been left out, used that to contact a company impersonate me and make changes to an account that I had. I'm not exaggerating. They basically found, in a video, there was something lying around on a counter, and they used that to figure out that I had an association with a particular company. They called the company, impersonated me, and screwed up everything with that company. And then I had to, after the fact, go back and try to fix all those things that they fucked up. And by the way, that's not the only time that's happened. That's happened with other things as well, but that was just one particular thing. As a result of directly of me making a video of stuff in my house, people fucked with me. Okay? So, and that's just a couple examples. You know, there's many things that have happened over the years as a result of me sharing things in my house and doing house vlogs and stuff. The truth of the matter is, the stuff in my house is no one's business. All right? And no, it's not because I'm hoarding giant fucking marble statues and fountains of myself in the fucking hallway. I don't have an opening foyer that looks like the fucking, the mansion in Resident Evil. You know? It's that, there's stuff around the house that, my God forbid that I have like a bottle of medication sitting on my countertop that I take, and someone sees it and uses that to try to figure out if I, oh my God, Phil has a medical condition. What could that be? You see what I mean? Just really fucked up stuff that people do. And essentially, you just get tired at some point of people being up in your fucking business and using everything against you as a negative. And I had enough. And so in 2017, I basically cut all that shit off. If you guys saw, essentially, I was just doing DSP Tries It at that point. And then I stopped doing it entirely in 2018. And since then, I just don't do that kind of video anymore. Because I just don't want to share my personal life stuff. Unless I talk about it on a stream, which is fine. That's one thing. But for me to be, you seeing stuff from my house that has nothing to do with my streams is none of your business. It's all, it's my wife and I's business, and that's it. There's just no point anymore. All right? And you have to understand that it wasn't that I didn't want to be transparent and share stuff. I did for many years, and people used it to hurt me. And when finally, after years and years of this happening, I had to put my foot down and say enough is enough, and kind of change up my philosophy on how I was going to do stuff on the internet. It would have been one thing if you guys, he always hided stuff, and therefore we definitely are very skeptical of what he's got or whatever, or what he's doing there. That's not the case. I was transparent. People hurt me with the information. That's why I stopped. Like, there's concrete evidence of things that people have done to fuck with me based on stuff they've seen when I do house tour videos and the like. So why would you not understand, if you're a logical human, why I would do this, But that's the thing. People like this guy here who cheered is not a logical human. This guy is a conspiracy theorist. This guy is a nut job. He thinks that there's always something crazy and sinister going on behind the scenes of someone who just streams video games every day. He's nuts, And you can't help people like that. They need to go seek help for themselves to understand, why are they obsessing over a YouTuber, right? Why are they obsessing over a live streamer on Twitch? Why are they obsessing to the point where every time they put out a video, we micro-analyze every fucking frame to try to figure out personal information to hurt this person? Why are they watching videos and streams of someone they hate? It doesn't make any sense. It's not normal, healthy human behavior. It's actually quite the opposite, and these people need to seek help for this, but they won't, because no one will actually man up and tell them that they need it. All right, so it is what it is. I can't help this kind of crazy stuff that these people do, but essentially, I'm not going to share personal information that has nothing to do with my gameplay streams anymore. Not because I have some secret, sinister agenda and I'm hoarding piles of platinum in my house, but because people will just fuck with me whenever I reveal anything. So I just won't reveal anything then, unless I so choose during, like I said, during a conversation, during a stream or something. Okay? And by the way, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The last 2.5 years of my life, personally, have been some of the best years of my life, because I met Kat. We got married, moved in together and everything, and our life together is very, very good. And we keep that as a private thing for us. Our life together is a private thing for us, and it works because it's a private thing for us. If our life was fully transparent to the world, it probably would be ruined, and we don't want that. That's why we absolutely, absolutely love having our life together the way we do, okay? So there you go. All right, continuing on. Harriet Tubman has tipped me $6 and says, "Good morning, Philip. My gender and women's studies class were talking about petitioning Game Freak to include multiple gender Pokemon besides male and female in the new Pokemon game coming out. I was of the impression that there already are Pokemon that don't have, like, a gender. Aren't there Pokemon that are supposed to be, like, neutral gender? And then again, maybe not. You know, all right, I'll be honest. I was always confused about the whole Pokemon gender thing. I was. Like, they look exactly the same. They talk exactly the same. They don't have any, like, they don't even, you know what I mean? Like, generally, in many species, male and female look different. Usually that's not the case with Pokemon. Then again, Pokemon aren't fucking real, right? So I think, essentially, when it comes down to really being pragmatic here, it doesn't matter because they're not real and no one should give a shit. It's imaginary, right? Who gives a shit about any of this? But, as usual, we have to take things that are, you know, meant to be entertainment and turn them into, like, serious business topics of discussion, right? So, in a serious business topic of discussion here, what I would say is, really, should you have other genders or gender neutral Pokemon? I guess there's enough Pokemon out there that you could. I don't see why not. If it makes someone feel good to feel like they're included because there's a different gender Pokemon, fine. I don't think that they should feel pressured to do it, but if they want to do it, great. And what I mean by that is the Pokemon Company, the people who make the Pokemon games. But I was always confused about the Pokemon gender thing. I remember when I was playing Pokemon Go, that, like, you would get Pokemon that were either male or female. It was confusing. I couldn't figure out how that worked, and if, you know, if they could reproduce or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a big Pokemon guy. Not that I don't like it. I just don't know much about the nuances of Pokemon. So without monstrous amounts of information about it, I don't think it's that big of a topic of discussion for my stream, okay? But thank you, Harriet Tubman, for the $6 tip. That is much appreciated. Again, tips, you know, are helping me more than anything right now, so I thank you very much. Last Rambo cheered and said, when you said that streaming provides you with the best income from everything that is provided, do you mean the jobs offered in the outskirts of Seattle or the main city of Seattle? Yes. Like, let me put it this way, Last Rambo, all right? If I were to quit streaming entirely right now and go out there and get a job, all right, essentially I would be starting with an entry-level job. I've been out of the job market since 2010. That's 9 years, dude, where I've been running my own business, which is something to be applauded for sure. But, you know, the job market out there is essentially a few things. You got service industry, right? You've got retail industry. You've got office-style jobs that could be broken down into many different things. But I would have to basically start around customer service level because I don't have background to do anything else. I certainly don't have management level experience documented anywhere. I have some continuous improvement experience, but it's 10 years ago, right? So for me to get a job outside of streaming would be starting off entry level, and entry level jobs are not high paying jobs. It would be me starting at the ground floor, and then maybe within a few years proving myself at the job and showing that I could, you know, not only bust my butt, but that I have the chops to do good work, and that they would want to promote me in the company and put me into a more important or more money-making position. But essentially, it would be taking a chance on me. So that being said, you have to understand, when I'm streaming full time, this is a revenue source that, you know, I have worked on, I have honed. It has become a smooth situation where I have a set schedule. People love the streams. They expect that I'm going to be on time. They feel that I'm very reliable as a streamer because I've done this for so long. They know they can come by and they know what to expect to have a good, relaxing time. This has become a very consistent and very, you know, good way to make money, okay? Me going out and getting an entry-level job, no matter what it is going to be lower paying than what I do on stream. It's just that matter of fact. There's no way I'm going to go out there and find a job that immediately is going to pay more than what I'm doing here. That's ridiculous, okay? Now, that being said, my goal long-term is to eventually get out of the financial situation, the terrible financial situation that I'm in, to the point where I don't have to stream full-time anymore. So if, let's say, I can say, all right, I can now go get a lower-paying job somewhere and get my feet in the door and get that entry-level position and start working and get that experience that I need at that job, But while I'm doing that, maybe at night I could stream one stream a day or something, like a night stream, where we can just have fun and relax or whatever. So it's not that I would be giving up my streaming, but essentially I'd be splitting my time between the in real life job and the streaming. See what I mean? And then long term, the job that I do in real life could take over for my streaming and become my main thing. And then the streaming could just be a hobby or a way to make a little bit of extra money on the side again, like it used to be. That's what I'm going to eventually have to go back to, you know, because I never blew up on YouTube like some of these guys that made millions of dollars and now they're set for life and they could literally not make another video and be fine. I'm not in that situation. I'm quite the opposite. So that's the deal. All right. That's that's what I'm looking to do. But yeah, any job that I get in real life, no way is going to be making me as much money as I make streaming. And that's why I have to try to do this long-term plan. Okay. The last Rambo cheered again and said, over the years, they did try to distinct the difference between the male and female Pokemon. This is done for breeding purposes. The reason why there is a non-gender Pokemon is to avoid breeding multiple babies of this legendary or super strong Pokemon. Nothing to do with SJW. This has been in the series for several years. Well, there you go. There's some clarification from someone who actually knows the ins and outs of the gender of Pokemon. I didn't know jack doodly about it. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one final thing I would like to do is give a shout out to the top cheerers so far of the week. It's only been, one day into the streaming week for me, but still I'd like to give credit where credit is due. So shout out to the top cheerers of the week. We start off with a tie for 9th place between Captain Caveman and Bent Boxer. Then we've got a tie for 7th place between Sambuca 2020 and the last Rambo. Then in 6th place, we've got Haseo X. In a tie for 4th place, we've got, a triple tie for 3rd place. We've got Silas Darko, K Jones, and Babyman Gaming. And then 2nd place is Survive Sweet. Oh, I cut off. Survive Sweet Treat. That's right. He was cheering quite a lot yesterday during Grand Theft Auto. And then Nihilistic Goldfish is sitting there firmly in 1st place. All right. All right, guys, so here's the deal. Thanks for your contributions. I need to take a break because I got to use the bathroom. It actually hit me in the last 5 minutes. I got to use the bathroom before we start. So I'm going to run. Let's take about a 5-minute break. You guys, if you need to do anything, grab a drink, grab a snack, use the restroom yourself, please do. I'll be right back, and then we're going to start up with the Gears 5 campaign continuation. Okay, guys? Thank you, and I'll be right back.